the CNC machine got caught on a bit of wood shavings, so I just had to reset it and then start it again. So as you can see now, the CNC machine is starting pocketing the second door. So it will do it in 3 passes, so roughly 3mm each pass. And then once that's done, it will do the perimeter of the door. It will also go round these pockets with, once I've changed the cutter, it'll be like a 4mm compression bit. So just to sharpen up these edges, because this is a 10mm cutter, it will leave a 5mm radius, and then when the beading goes on, there'll basically be a gap. So I always like to use a 4mm compression cutter to just sharpen up those edges so that they're square. Of course, you can use a trend corner chisel. However, it is more work, and the machine automatically does it anyway. And it just means, you know, I can crack on with my work. So now what I'm doing is I've taken the router out and I'm just changing the cutter to that 4mm compression bit, and then just picking up the file, and off it goes. The great thing about the CNC machine is, as you can see, I'm in the background preparing other jobs whilst the machine is going round. I don't require anyone else to assist me, so it's essentially like having someone else in the workshop. And you know, it saves me on labour cost, and also this CNC machine can do things that, you know, sometimes it's not even possible to do as a carpenter. So it has been a great asset to me over the time I've had it. It's well paid for itself. So as you can see now, it's going round and creating basically like a 70mm border. So again, this time though, it's going to do it in quite a few more passes, because this is 22mm thick board, and it'll probably do it at 6mm a pass. So it'll do quite a few cuts. This is not a proper commercial machine, so it can't do as you know, as deep a pass as the big machines, but you know, it's fine, and it's very precise, and also I don't like to push the machine as well, because it makes the cut not as precise, and also it will require more sanding. So this way it prolongs the life of the cutter also. So now that's all finished, I shall be fitting the beading. I'll be using my trusty Capex Festool KS60 to fit the beading. I'll be mitering it and gluing it and pinning it with a veneer pinner as mentioned. You can actually do this on the CNC machine and mould it into the door, so it'd basically be MDF. However, it is a lot of programming just for 2 doors, so it's just quicker for me to cut the moulding and pin it on. Also, once it's all painted and filled and everything, you're never really going to know the difference, so it wasn't really worth the time to set it up. If I was doing a lot of doors, then I probably would set it up. It is better to mold it because you know, you don't need to fill it or anything like that, and it probably is more stable. However, we've done these doors before and they have been fine. As you can see, I'm sanding the edges of the door thoroughly now with 240 grit sandpaper and routing the edges with my cordless Makita router to take that sharpness off. Hi guys, so that's how you make a one-piece shaker beaded door. So basically I've used 22mm Hydrofugo MDF. We only use the best quality stuff, so we use the Hydrofugo MDF. And as you can see, this is how it comes out. We normally, sometimes we recess the back as well, but with the Hydrofugo, it's very stable. We don't necessarily always do it because it's more time, more labour, and the cutters, you know, uses the cutters up more as well. So we just need to drill a couple of holes in here, probably 80mm down, 80mm up, and we'll put some concealed hinges on it. But that's kind of how it comes out really. And we've sanded this with 120 grit and then 240 grit sandpaper in the middle. This MDF is very forgiving. It sands extremely well, so it doesn't really require much sanding. And I've got a Mirka orbital sander which sands, you know, the wood really well, so it doesn't really take much. As you can see here as well, the miters on the softwood panel are really good as well, really tight joints. So now I just need to give this beading a little bit of a sand, and then I'll be ready to start priming. I'm going to use a Renner primer, water-based, and I'll apply 2 coats of primer on, and then I'll sand it down and then give 2 top coats. This colour is going to be like a sort of a creamy colour that the customers chose, and I'll be sanding this. I'll be spraying this with my Graco 9.5 HVLP sprayer, which will give a really good finish once it's all done. So there we have it. That's how you make a one-piece beaded sort of shaker style door. Our normal shaker style doors with the panels, we do it exactly the same way. Years ago we used to do 5-piece doors, and you know, we got good results from it, but it's a lot more time consuming. As you can see, whilst the CNC machine is running, I can get on with other stuff, other types of joinery, whatever I need to do whilst the machine is running. And in my business, I'm all about automation, making everything seamless. You know, we use a lot of software for our automation and automated machinery as well, just to make it so much quicker and reliable and more accurate as well. So if any of you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask me,